Welcome to Mission APSC AE JE YouTube channel. আজি আপোনালোকৰ কাৰণে লৈ আহিছো strength of materials কিছুমান MCQ যিবিলাক MCQ SSC আৰু বিভিন্ন ষ্টেট সাৰ্ভিস কমিশনত খুদি গৈছিলে এসিস্ট্যান্ট ইঞ্জিনিয়াৰ জুনিয়ৰ ইঞ্জিনিয়াৰ এক্সামত সো হে গুটেখিনি কোৱেশ্চনৰ MCQs আজি আমি ডিসকাস কৰিম strength of materials or সাবজেক্টৰ এইটো ভিডিওত আমি 30টা MCQ ডিসকাস কৰিম সো আপোনালোকে ভিডিওটো চাই যদি উপকৃত হোৱা বুলি ভাবে দেন ভিডিওটো লাইক কৰি দিব শেয়াৰ কৰি দিব and subscribe কৰি দিব চেনেলটো সো ফাৰ্স্ট কোৱেশ্চন টু সোৱা The stress induced in a body when is subjected to equal and opposite force which are acting tangentially across the section is known as. That means, yate koise, suppose this is my section and two equal and opposite forces acting each other tangentially across the section. That means, one force is acting like that and another force is acting like that. That means, they are acting tangentially to the cross section. Or jodi tangentially hoy, then the answer will be shear stress. So similarly, jodi ketiaba hude, jodi the forces are acting perpendicular to a cross section, then we can say it is a normal stress. So a question to aisile GPSC Gujarat Public Service Commissioner AE exam 2018. So similarly, next question to swa. Next question to hudise the ratio of change of dimension of a body to the original dimension is known as. Obviously, change of dimension original length is denoted as del L, and if the original length is L, then the change of original length with respect to L or with respect to original length is nothing but it is, you can say, strain. Okay, option A to Buddha. So stress is nothing but resistance force divided by area, whereas pressure is nothing but force per area, and whereas force you can say M into A, that is you can say acceleration or logot jetia mass multiply kori dia tetia force poa. So these are some of the options. So yare a question to respect that correct answer hobo strain. Next strain ok loi aru eta question ahise APPSC AE exam. So yete hodise strain in a direction at right angles to the direction of the applied force is known as. Okay, suppose if you see this figure, this is my bar and suppose I am applying one external force here. Because of this external force, length will increase. Jodi agot or length asile L, etia hoy gol L plus del L, right? But similarly, at the same time, once the length is increases, at the same time in the transverse direction, the you can say jitu width hoy beam tour, that width will decreases, right? So that means if this is our longitudinal direction, so perpendicular to the longitudinal direction, what strain will produce? Obviously lateral strain. Aru ami Poisson ratio pohisilu. Poisson ratio is what? Lateral divided by longitudinal. Okay, longitudinal divided by lateral. Okay, so that is nothing but Poisson ratios. So you can say here strain in the direction right angle to the direction of applied force. That means a P force to right angular jitu strain generated hobo, that is lateral strain, aru jitu parallel to the P force generated hobo, that is called longitudinal strain. Amaku dise right angular, so option will be lateral strain. Okay, next one. Next question, question number 3. The ratio of axial deformation to the original length. Axial deformation mane longitudinal direction of zero deformation hoise. That is suppose del L is the elongation. Then what will we can say? Del L by L will be linear strain, right? Because etu axial direction hoise. Jodi transverse direction boli hudile then the answer will be lateral strain. But here it is acting as axial deformation. Then the answer will be linear strain. Next objective question to sa jitu TNPC Tamil Nadu hudisile State Service Commission, the effect of external force or the nature of internal force developed in a body may be. So actually force or bahut type thake, right? So the tension, jetia tension generated hobo, jetia pull kora hobo, then it is called tension force. Jetia compress kora hobo substance attack, bar attack, then you can say it is a compression force. Similarly, jodi shear produce hoy, jodi parallel force acting kora hoy at a cross section of, then the shear forces will act, right? This is the example of shear force, this one, and this is nothing but compressive force, this is tension force. So external force bilak bahut type or hoy. So yate correct answer to ki hobo? Tension, shear, compression sob hobo. That means all of this. Next question. Next, stress or definition or pra hise what is stress? So bahute koi stress is nothing but force per area, right? Stress is force per area, but it is not the right definition of stress. Stress is generated after the application of force. Force applied kora loge loge, suppose it is a bar. If we apply some external force, because of this external force, because of this effect, some of the internal resistance develop inside the body. That internal resistance is called as stress. That means stress is internal resistance divided by area. So yate so code internal shobdo tu ase, option number C, internal force exerted by neighboring particles over each other. So protect to a force to karone a neighboring jikhini particles their experience some internal force, right? So similarly enike jodi extend kori goi thaka, ultimately jitu tomar body hoy, he body to internal force exert kore because of the external force. So option C to hobo correct answer. This question is asking in Gujarat Public Service Commission. Next question. Strain or unit hodise. What is strain? Strain all agote koi goisil, strain is nothing but E is equal to nothing but del L by L. So del L mane change in length. This unit is meter. Similarly, length or original length to the unit meter hoy, ultimately that will be cancelled out and there will be no unit in case of strain. This question is asking in ISRO Scientist Engineer in 2019. Next one. Next, we have some of the conceptual questions like we can apply load gradually or we can apply load suddenly. So there is a huge difference between sudden loads and gradual load. Gradual loads means at an interval t. So time interval suppose t. Jodi ami gradually load to bahai goi aso, if you are increasing the load gradually, then we can say it is a gradual load. Suppose t equal 0 ami 1 kilonewton diso, t equal to 1 second ami 1 or 2 kilonewton korilu, t equal to 2 second 2 or 3 kilonewton korilu. Teneke time wise, if we are varying the or increasing the load, then we can say gradually load. Or gradually load ami load to keneke convert koru in terms of stress. First ami load to keneke dhoru, average load to lo. Average load will be initially at t equal to 0 second no load, okay, and at the final jetia mane tomar timer to stop hoy gol tar pisot jitu load ultimate load to ami bar dalot diso, that is suppose p. So average load will be 0 plus p divided by 2. That means ami jetia gradual load apply koru amar load to calculation of p by 2 lo. Whereas jodi ami sudden lo, sudden means ami instantaneous eta huge load or impact load eta di disu. That means ami instantly eta load di disu p. Then ami stressor calculation of will taking as p itself, okay. That means gradual loador karone p by 2 hol aru sudden loador karone p hol. That means gradual loadot ke sudden loador khetrot the force value will be 2 times. Aru obviously force to jodi 2 times hoy, what is our stress? Stress sigma is nothing but you can say pressure by area. What is pressure? So average or khetrot you can say gradual loador khetrot p by 2a hoy. Aru jodi you can say this one sudden loador khetrot jodi hoy tetia pressure per area hoy. That means a value to 2 times hoy. That means jetia sudden loador kotha kobo, the stress will be increment by 2 times because load to 2 times besi hoy in case of sudden load, okay. Next, same eketa question hi ahise Sikkim public sector Sikkim Public Service Commission or assistant engineer exam tatu same question hodisile jodi stress to s hoy when a body is subjected to gradual load. So gradual loador karone stress to ami palu p by 2a, whereas in sudden load ami stress to palu ki p by a. That means we can say this is nothing but 2 times of p by 2a, right? So etu ami enike likhibo paru 2p by 2a. That means 2 times of S gradual. So gradual loador 2 times pam. That means answer will be 2S. So I hope a question to sobare clear hoise. Next part to le ahisu. Next question to son. Next question not hodi se a pool of 20 T is suddenly applied. That means amar eta bar ase. Suppose we are applying some tensile force, that P will be 2T. Now the cross sectional area is given. What is cross sectional area? That is given as 40 centimeters square. So we are simply asking about the stress. So stress is nothing but force per area. That means resistance force divided by area. What is our resistance force? 2T. And what is our area? 40 centimeters square. So ultimately, if we divided 20T divided by 40, you will get 0 cancel out. 2 a 2 jodi cancel jai, ultimately half over, that is 0.5 ton per centimeter square. But this case will be applicable for what? For, you can say, gradually applied load. And ami janu gradually applied load othe ami force per area to lagaw, right? So for sudden load ami gradually applied load ke 2 times kori dibo lagibo. So we are multiplying 2 with the gradually applied load or load. So ultimately we will get 1 ton per centimeter square. So option B to correct. So if you directly take 0.5 T per centimeter square, that will be wrong option, because generally our analysis is or our stress formula P by A is valid for gradual load, gradually applied. But the sigma will be 2 times of sigma gradual for, you can say, suddenly applied load. So yate hekane strictly mention kori dise suddenly applied load. Next question. This is most common question. So SGVNL or ET exam ot ahisile etu. So yate 1 Newton per mm square or equal to hodise. Obviously 1 Newton per mm square mane ki 1 Newton divided by a millimeter square to ami dubar likhi dibo par millimeter into millimeter. So and ami janu je 1 meter ot 1000 mm thake, right? That means 1 mm ot thakibo efale jodi ami etu loi jaw 10 to the power minus 3 হৈ যাব, right? এই তিনটা শূন্য আছিল এটো সাইডে লেফট হ্যান্ডত লৈ গলে 10 minus 3 meter. So 1 mm ক যদি মিটাৰলৈ কনভাৰ্ট কৰা 10 to the power minus 3 meter পাম, right? So দুটাৰ কাৰণে দুটা আহিব, 1 mm ৰ কাৰণে 10 to the power minus 3 meter, ঠিক তেনেকে 8 mm ৰ কাৰণে 10 to the power minus 3 meter. So ultimately you will get 10 to the power 6 Newton per meter square. And we know what is megapascal. 1 megapascal is nothing but, you can say, 10 to the power 6 Newton per meter square. And ultimately আমি ইয়াতে পাইছো 10 to the power 6 Newton per meter square. So 1 megapascal বুলি লিখিব পাৰো. So one of the basic relation you have to always remember, that is 1 Newton per mm square will be equal to 1 MPa. That is the basic relationship. কারণ strength of materials of maximum calculation আমি megapascal ত কৰো. The stress value will be always in the power of 10 to the power 6. So maximum case 10 to the power 6 or power of what? Newton per meter square. So he karne ami ei relationship to mono rakhibo lagibo, that is 1 Newton mm square is equal to 1 MP. Coming to the next question. The unit of stress in SI units. So stress or SI unit to ki Newton per meter square. Force divided by area, or you can say resistance force divided by area, that is Newton per meter square. Next question number 14. The force P for equilibrium of the bar is shown in the figure. So eta bar amak dia ase APSC AE exam ot ahisile. So yate hudise, we can say cross sectional area to yate dia ase. So yat hudise a P force tor value to kiman hobo jodi ei bardal equilibrium ot ase. Equilibrium ot thoka mane ki? Equilibrium ot thoka mane the equations, theory of equilibrium equations are valid. Equilibrium equations are valid mane fx equal to 0, summation of fy is equal to 0, this summation of m, z direction equal to 0. এই তিনটা equation are valid. So equation to respect to ami horizontal kini sabo lagibo, because p force to horizontal হয়. So horizontally jodi ami saw, this force is negative direction minus 50, this p is also negative direction minus p, and this c point, this is positive direction plus 30, and this d point positive direction plus 40. So if you sum up all, if we algebraically sum up all, then we will get the value of P as 20 kilonewton. Thus we have to apply summation of fx is equal to 0. So ultimately you will get option number D, that will be the correct answer. Next question, sir. So this question is also asking in AP AEE exam or ESC exam to hudisile engineering service exam yete hudise a member ABCD is subjected to a force system as shown in the figure. The resistive force in the part BC. So BC resistive force kiman hobo. Obviously jodi BC portion to swa, if you consider this BC portion, what we can get? So we can get this one is the compressive force and this one is also a compressive force. So আমি ultimately গোটেই বডিটোৰ কি কৰিব লাগিব ইকুইলিব্ৰিয়াম ডায়াগ্ৰামটো আঁকিব লাগিব। সো যদি আমি CD পোৰ্চনৰ ডায়াগ্ৰামটো আকো এফালে 130 লাগি আছে CD, so it is 130, so এটুক ব্যালেন্স কৰিবলৈ এফালে আহিব 130, right? Now আমাৰ যেটো পোৰ্চন হয় BC ৰ কাৰণে আমি কেনেকৈ কৰিব পাৰো? Since 130 already এফালে আছে আৰু এফালে আছে 450, so 450 পৰা যদি 130 minus কৰি দিয়া, that means 450 minus 130, then ultimately we can give a force of here you can say 320, right? 450 minus 130, okay? So 320 130 jodi jog kora 455 e baba, ultimately meaning is same. Just we will give the free body diagram of individual sections. So efale jodi 320 lagi ase etu side o 320 lagi thakibo aru so what is the direction of that forces? That is nothing but compressive in nature. Bar to compress korise, so BC bar to ki hoise compress hoise, so ultimately answer will be 320 compressive. I hope buji paisa sobe. And the next part so the ratio between the change in volume and its original volume of a body. So volume or kotha kole the correct option will be volumetric strain. So you have to remember some of the formula. Volumetric strain or jeto formula hoy that will be equal to x direction of kiman changes hole strain hole, y direction of kiman strain hole, z direction of kiman strain hole. And what will be the value in terms of stress or terms of the ami likho, the value will be, you can say sigma x plus sigma y plus sigma z divided by E 1 minus 2 mu. This formula you have to remember, where mu is nothing but you can say Poisson ratios. So equation to respected option C to correct answer hoy. Next one, this question is asking in APPSC Andhra Pradesh Service Commission Public Health Engineering Department or A paper to this. The stress due to suddenly load applied load is, so repetition of the same question, that is 2 times over, right? Sudden not 2 high or general not 1 times. Okay, next one, a bar of uniform cross section, our cross section uniform dia ase, is loaded at a section 11 in the figure, and now the stress induced in the section 11. So 11 section of stress kiman induce hobo, obviously. So what will be the if you try to draw 2 separate free body diagram, this one and this one. So a portion to ami sale gom pam 11 kiman lagi ase, so a portion to jodi ami sao, this is our 11. So efale amar lagi ase efale 30 goise compressive aru efale 10 goise tension. So ultimately net force to efale compressive lagi thakibo kiman 30 minus 10, that is 20 kilonewton. So efale jodi 20 kilonewton lagi ase, obviously etu side o equilibrium maintain koribole 20 kilonewton lagi thakibo. So ultimately amar P value to palo 20 kilonewton, and the area is given 400 mm square. The area is given as 400 mm square. So ami janu what we know that the sigma is nothing but force per area, so yete unit Newton per mm square ase. So that means we have to convert P in Newton. So P value to Newton convert 20 into 10 to the power 3, area will be 400, this 0 cancel out, and this 0 will cancel out 1 0, that will be 10 square. So ultimately 2 into 10 square will be you can say 2 into 10 square divided by 400, that means 200 divided by 4. So ultimately you will get 50. So option B to correct answer. Next one, question number 20. A steel bar is having cross-sectional area of 100 pi mm square. Is subjected to a tensile force of 40. Determine the tensile stress. Obviously 40 divide jodi ami kori diu, 40 ami jodi divide kori diu, 40 is nothing but load. The load is given in kilonewton. সো নিউটনত নিবলে হলে 10 to the power 3 আলটিমেটলি যেহেতু আমাক নিউটন পার mm স্কয়ারত লাগে নিউটন পার mm স্কয়ার মানে কি MPa সো MPa যদি লাগে সো নিউটনলে আমি ফার্স্ট কনভার্ট কৰি দিলো লুটটো আৰু হোৱাট ইজ এৰিয়া 100 পাই সো যেহেতু ক্যালকুলেটর এলাও কৰা নহয় সো হোৱাট উই ক্যান ডু this 100 and this one is cancel out so ultimately আমি পালো let me go to the questions this one this question yes this one so what we can do যেটো এই 100 cancel হৈ যাব আৰু ultimately ওপৰত আমি পাম 440 পাম ওপৰত আৰু তলত পাম আমি পাই ৰাইট সো ultimately যদি আমি 4/3 কৰি চাও মানে যেটো পাই ভ্যালু 3.14 সো 4/3 যদি কৰো 1.33 আহে ultimately the value will be less than 133 কে তলত হ'ব it is 127.23 MPa okay next one a square root rod 20 mm into 20 mm in a section carries axial load of 100 kilonewton so yate simple question ako unit conversion or kotha tu ahile unit conversion keneke ami kori see yate kilonewton ase so he karone force to ami kilonewton ote rakhim the force should be in kilonewton but area should be in meter squared nibo lagibo but yate area to ki hodi ase mm likha ase so we have to convert proper unit so what we can do p value to amak dia ase 100 kilonewton since ami kilonewton meter square te lage answer to so kilonewton per meter square te koi dim aru tol phale ami ki korim mm to ami loi jam meter le mm to keneke meter le loi jam 20 mm to meter le nile ki hobo 10 to the power minus 3 ahibo aru ifalor to ahibo 20 into 10 to the power minus 3 so ultimately what we can say 10 to the power minus 3 10 to the power minus 3 upor le gole 10 to the power 6 hobo so 100 into 10 to the power 6 upor uthi gol aru tolot thakile 2 into 2 4 and duta 0 100 so this cancel out so ultimately you will get 10 to the power 6 divided by 4 and 1 by 4 is 0.25 into 10 to the power 6 so you can write as 250000 right that is option A to correct answer next one a rod of 20 mm to 20 mm yato he eketa question e hoy just yate ampere hudi ase so ampere hudi bole ki koribo lego load to ase 40 tak ami newton le nibo lego 10 to the power 3 or divided by area to ami mm ote rakhilim 20 so these two cancel out this 0 is cancel out so ultimately you will get 400 divided by 4 you will get 100 MPa so option B to hoise correct answer next question to swa when a mile steel bar of length L with V and thickness T is subjected to a pull of P what will happen suppose this is my bar will give some pull that is pull force to my P will also obviously length to jodi bahi jay thickness will be decrease upor edu ki hobo jodi ami length to bahao upor part to ki hobo we can say this all will decreases thickness hok ami length to bahai goisu so suppose am tumi eta bar loisa bar to jodi enike tani dia ultimately ki hobo যেটো ট্রান্সভার্স ডাইরেকশন হয় ট্রান্সভার্স ডাইরেকশনত ডিসটেন্স তো কমি আহিব বা you can say width to কমি আহিব thickness to কমি আহিব so option D to hobo correct answer length is increases width and thickness will decreases next one question number 24 when load is transferred to one surface to another surface eta surface or another surface holle contact force or transfer kora mane ki that means tangential force or kotha koise tangential force mane ki sharing stress option C to hoise correct answer next question number 23 to yate ki hodise so a load of 100 kilonewton suddenly mane we will apply sigma is equal to 2p by right mane 2 times load to lobo lagibo right 2 times to di load to kiman ase 100 ase 100 kilonewton to jodi ami MPa le convert koribo logia hoy ba newton le convert koribo logia hoy into 10 to the power 3 korim 2 into 10 to the power 2 into 100 into 10 to the power 3 kori dim aru will divide you can say cross sectional area 100 cm square ase 100 cm square jodi ami mm ole new 1 mm will be you can say 10 into 10 ami multiply koribo paro right so ultimately you will get 20 MPa so gute question to ultimately unit conversion to important role play kori ase next one সেম একটা কোয়েশ্চন রিপিট হৈছে সাডেন লোডৰ কাৰণে 2 টাইমছ হয় গ্ৰেজুৱেলি লোডতকে ইন কেস অফ স্ট্ৰেছৰ কথা যদি আমি কওঁ নেক্সট ওয়ান gradually applied static load does not change with time their magnitude direction point of application so static load eta ki depend kore obviously magnitude direction point of application guti kini depend kore that means option D to correct hoy next one question number 28 this is same ami eta free body diagram draw koribo lagibo a bar having cross section area 100 mm square hu di ase subjected to axial load at a position indicated the value of stress on the segment QR a QR ot stress ধৰিছে so প্ৰথমতে আমি এইটো সাইডৰ পৰা যদি ড্ৰ কৰো RS ৰ কাৰণে কি হ'ব RS ৰ কাৰণে ফ্ৰী বডি ডায়াগ্ৰাম ইফালে যদি 21 লাগি আছে ইকুইলিব্ৰিয়ামৰ কাৰণে ইফালে 21 লাগি থাকিব so QR ৰ কাৰণে কি হ'ব so QR ৰ কাৰণে we can say যেটো 49 আছে এটো সাইডে 21 অলৰেডি লাগি আছে so কিমান আমি লগাব লাগিব 49 minus 21 so 9 or 1 গল 8 then 4 2 goal 2 28 force eneke lagibo so etu balance koribole etu side 28 lagibo so 28 tensile force lagibo so force or value to 28 palu area value to 700 dia ase so 28 to amar kilonewton ot ase newton le nibo lagibo 10 to the power 3 area to mm square ase thike ase so yate duta zero ase yate tinta zero ase so ultimately eta zero thaki jabo so we'll get 280 divided by 7 so hate 280 gole 7 40 jabo so ultimately you can get 40 MPa option C to correct hobo okay next series stress both bar moi discuss korisu series stress nothing but it is a tangential stress option B to correct hoy question number 27 next coming to question number 29 when a body is subjected to two equal and opposite poles as a result which the body tends to extend its length the stress and strain induced so jodi body to length to extend korise that means ki you can say body to extend hoise that means elongation produce korise length to bahi koise that means tensile or kotha koise right tensile stress and tensile strain option D to correct hobo to Nagaland Public Service Commissioner ekhon paper ot ahisile next one last question of this lectures so here you can say when the nut is tightened on the bolt the nature of the stress so jeti ami nut to bolt ot loga obviously ami ki koru nut tot compressive force diu যেতিয়া আমি নাটটো টাইট কৰো that means we are giving some compressive force to the nut or you will get applying compressive force আৰু compressive force apply কৰাৰ লগে লগে boltত কি হ'ব তাৰ opposite নেচাৰটো হ'ব that means tensile হ'ব option B to correct answer so হেখিনি আছিল strength of materials or some of the MCQ in the next part we will discuss more number of MCQ regarding strength of materials which is the level of these MCQs are similar to APSC AE JE exams assistant engineer junior engineer exam তে একে ধৰণৰ questions আহে so if you want to join the online crash course you can contact through the WhatsApp numbers so basics of strength of material course to apnaloke lobo pare that is the course duration will be 30 days and medium of instruction will be English and Assamese so jehokol interested hoy APSC junior engineer online course they can directly contact through this WhatsApp number okay so hekhini asile azir MCQ discussion or series to in the next part we will give more numbers of MCQ regarding strength of materials so thank you for watching kindly jodi video to sai apnaloke uprokito hoise then channel to like kori dibo subscribe kori dibo aru video to like kori dibo aru comment section ot comment koribo so thank you for watching